I don't know how much time has passed. I simply can't fathom it. For all I know, it could have been years or seconds or anything in between. But none of it matters. Nothing else matters but Sayori. Feeling her, having her in my embrace. I wish this feeling would never go away. I want to remain connected to her like this for the rest of my waking hours. Sayori finally parts from me, her breathing labored.
You're improving, you know that.
Well, I've had a fine teacher.
But then again...
Her eyes shift ever so slightly.
I think we both.
Taking another breath as her panting was interfering with her ability to speak.
Could use some more practice.
Her face is practically begging me to come at her. Though I knew I shouldn't. That contains its own type of thrill, doesn't it? Placing my hand onto her soft, smooth cheek, I pull her in and we resume once more in earnest. Having given up on going to school long ago, the two of us simply remain together, attached to the lips, pausing only to grab the occasional drink. Our lust shows no signs of slowing, as it only deepens as the day grows late. Now in a state of minor dishevelment, Sayori jumps at the ringing of her phone, biting my tongue. Ugh! Wincing in pain, I jump back, clutching at my mouth. Sayori places a hand on my shoulder in consolation as she's already answered the phone. Mouthing the word sorry, she replies to the caller.
No, not at school today. Yeah, she's here too. I know, thank you.
Sayori suddenly turns red.
No, it's a fever. Very funny. I've gotta go. Alright, have fun.
Sayori hangs up the phone. Who was that?
It was Natsuki. She was wondering where we were.
So what did you tell her?
The truth. No point in lying to her.
What did you told her? How much?
You heard everything she told her.
Just for home. I mentioned that you had a fever, but...
She didn't buy it, did she?
No, she didn't.
Well, what do you suggest we do?
So first she says there's no point in lying to her, and then admits that she lied to her. Whatever, man.
Panic?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think Natsuki would tell anyone, but we did skip a day of school together, so there's a chance someone else might. Should we just own up to it? I see where she's coming from. I sure as hell don't want to do that. Unfortunately, my eyes as well as my thoughts are wandering. Specifically to her clothes. Well, my clothes, but they look so much better on her. Makes me wonder how they would look on my floor. The fact that she's hardly wearing them anymore is not helping. No, stop it, me. You can't think of her that way. That's really hypocritical. I know it is. I can't shake it. I've loved her once, and now I'm falling for her all over again. When I swore to myself I would never, ever let it happen, I couldn't. It wasn't fair to her. It wasn't fair to me. And yet, the nape of her neck looks so inviting. Her hair is ripe to stroke, and her embrace pure and comforting. Shaking my head, I return to the mortal coil of fantasies pushed to the wayside. Sayori doesn't look well, not at all. She's stressed. I should help her. Hey, Sayori, it'll be all right.
How do you know that?
Embracing her once again, my lips find their way to hers, and all of my worries drift away once again. Sayori's voice leaks into my ears, stoking my fire further. Wrapping my arms around her tightly, we lock ourselves in an embrace, not unlike we had been our entire day so far. My hands slowly drift upward, target locked. As they travel, they gently grip a section of fabric, taking it with them. In tandem, Sayori's breathing grows hotter and pulls me deeper. My hands, invigorated, move quickly to place themselves under the fabric. As they do, they find their mark. And as a small click sounds out, I feel a sudden change in Sayori. Pulling back, her eyes remain the same, but something in her face holds great pain.
I'm sorry. I'm just...
Oh, I was out of line. I should be the one apologizing.
No, a moment ago I was happy, but...
I'm sorry, I'll give you some time.
Thank you, Melody. I really do appreciate it.
Getting up, I make my way to the kitchen, with much more speed than I normally would. It's official. I'm a monster. I'm objectively a monster. I just made a move on my best friend. I just made her uncomfortable.
You guys have been making out for like over half a day.
I did this. It's happening all over again. I'm doing it again. This can't be happening. I swear this cannot be happening. This is why I had to distance myself from her. This is exactly why. I can't do it. I'm only hurting her. I will only ever hurt her. Slumping down the wall, I curl my arms around my face. It's more than I deserve. I shouldn't have arms, not after what they've done. Nor should I have lips. What have I done? By the time I finally have the courage to open my eyes, Sayori is gone. All I was left with was a text.
Sorry, I had to go home to sort something out. If you want, I can come back later tonight, though. If not, I'll see you in the morning, all right?
I don't think I could bear to look her in the eye right now. Hell, I don't know if I'll ever be able to live again. Maybe it would be best to just not. Yeah, it would be for the best. The rest of my night passes me by. I never did respond to that text. I take a sidelong look at Sayori's house before passing it by. My face contorts in shame. Normally I'd wait here for her. But even if she wanted to see me, I couldn't do it. Her beautiful, smiling face would break me. She would bend my will simply by existing in my presence. I think the past few days have proven that. Today I can't allow it to get to me. No, I won't. I made my choice. This is my divine punishment for the crime I committed. For hurting the most precious person in the universe. My slow, arduous trudge to school is painful. I must be a sorry sight, drudging down the road like a limp, motherless duckling, lost and alone. I should have told her not to wait for me, that I'd already left. But I didn't have the heart. I just walked away. Why? How did I come to this? All I ever wanted was to make her happy, but in the end, I know. She'll be happier when I'm gone. All I do is cause her pain. Cause myself pain. That's no way to live. The only way to ensure that we both have the chance to live is to be apart. I think I finally understand that now. For the first time in a very long time, I decided to listen to some music. Pulling out my old MP3 player, I load up the single song left on it. Honestly, I don't know why I keep it with me, but it's so small that it makes little difference. Usually it sits inside my bag anyway. Holding it in my hand, I place the headphones in my ears and listen to the song all the way through. Then, like clockwork, I restart it. Over and over. It's a cycle that's kept me sane in the years since my family left. The one thing that remains constant. Honestly, I'm not even sure if the song itself matters to me anymore. All that matters is that it doesn't change. It, unlike everything else, has been there for me. Again, I restart the song. It's nothing special, just something that I can listen to. It reminds me of days when my life was simpler. Easier. When I didn't have to worry about my bills, or about food, or about getting the best grades I could, just to be able to support myself. Days when Sayori was always by my side. And then I remember, this song. It was her favorite growing up. That's why it meant so much to me. My face contorted into a shade of green, envious rage. Why? Why was it always her? Why can't I just be happy for myself for once? Grabbing the MP3 player, tearing it from my ears, I prepare to hurl it down the path in front of me. And I can't. I'm just not strong enough. I know, deep down, I don't want to be rid of Sayori. It would kill me. But what choice do I have? Ugh. I'm disgusted. Disgusted with myself. Disgusted with the fact that I can look her in the eye at all. How? How very disgusting. School is slow. On the plus side, I'm able to concentrate better than I have the past few days. But I can't help but feel hollow. I didn't move during lunch. I think Yuri approached me, but I don't remember. Maybe she was worried about me yesterday. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I can't go to the club. I can't look her in the eye. As I pack my things ready to head home, I see a familiar face standing in front of my desk. Is everything all right, MC? Natsuki said you had a fever yesterday. Yeah, to be honest, I'm still not feeling too well, Yuri, so I'll... did you want me to walk you to the nurse's office? Oh, no, I was just planning on going home, actually. But you can't do that. Today's our last day of preparation for the festival. I know that. You aren't dropping out of the festival, right? No, I just need... Please, let me walk you to the nurse. Then we can go to the club together. I think... Yeah, let's do that. Excellent. Your fever is under control, I take it. Well, otherwise you wouldn't have come to school, right? She's got me there. I'm feeling a little better, but we're still a little sick. Well, if you're feeling better, you should be well enough to come to the festival on Monday. And to start that, let's go to the club. Yuri, I don't know if I should risk anyone else catching it there. Well, Sayori is there, isn't she? I blush bright red. She probably doesn't mean that, does she? No, don't be silly. But, she makes a good point. Damn it. I really don't need to argue right now. Just, damn you, Yuri, can't you see what I don't want to go? Yes, she is. Well, then come on. As we walk, Yuri keeps trying to make small talk, but to no avail. Finally, she just turns to me. MC, what's ailing you? Something's wrong. Or is it that you've given up on the club? Which is it? Yuri's tone surprises me. She's normally so calm and collected, but now... I dare say this classifies as confrontational. Yes, something is wrong. Yes. Her face takes on a soft tone. Do I want to tell her? This really isn't her business, but I may as well tell her, mightn't I?
I think this is the first time we've actually gotten a choice in this mod. My goodness. I don't know how much it'll matter. Oh, hold on. Here, let's drop a save real quick. There you go. Let's be cagey first.
No, that would only hurt Sayori. I don't want to make this any more complicated than it already is. Best to keep it to myself. Yuri, I truly appreciate the sentiment, and thank you for caring, but it's just something I need to take care of on my own terms. I'm not leaving the club or anything, I just needed some time to collect my thoughts. Oh, I see. I can't force you to tell me, and if you aren't leaving the club, I guess it's all right. But if you ever need advice or someone to lean on, please ask. I will. The rest of the walk is in silence. Just me and my thoughts. I want to see her. That's undeniable. But I know that will only make it worse for me. Best to let it play out, I suppose.
Alright, now let's tell her the thing. There's probably more implications to it than just that. Feels like that kind of decision. But let's load. Is this the load? This one's the load, right? Loading. We'll lose unsafe progress. Yeah. Tell her.
Look, I'll tell you what's been on my mind, but please keep it a secret. Honestly, I'm not sure about half of this myself, so other people finding out would just make it more confusing. Of course, you have my word. Thanks. So, where to begin? Essentially, Sayori and you two have a thing, right? Huh? Well, I know you've only recently reunited, but it seems fairly obvious that something's been going on between you two. Not to mention Sayori was taking care of you while you had a fever. That's true. You do need to work on your lies, by the way. It was abundantly transparent. Yuri flashes me a small smile. So, I already could have inferred all of that. What's been bothering you? We didn't exactly stop talking on good terms. Really? The way Sayori talks about you, you'd think you were the greatest person on the planet. Huh? You didn't know that? You are aware that she thinks the world of you, right? Then why do I keep hurting her? Oh, MC, I don't think you've ever really hurt her. Shocked, perhaps, but never hurt. I don't think you could. But, tell me, have you ever stopped to consider her feelings? Of course I have. That's all I ever think about. No, listen. Have you ever stopped and considered what her opinion might be on your actions? Well, I know her. She thinks the same way I do. We grew up together. Perhaps you did think the same way once, but do you really believe Sayori hasn't grown in the time you've been apart? Did you ever really take the time to consider how she felt about anything? You know, before you ever came to the club, Sierra used to talk about this incredible person. Someone who was brave and smart and attractive and so much of a hero to her. That person meant everything to her growing up. Now consider my surprise when one day you walk in the door. And when you do, what name does she speak first? Who was it that meant the world to her? It was you. No. You don't understand. I did something. Something I cannot take back. I hurt her. I hurt my best friend. She trusted me. And she still does. Did you ever talk to her about how you felt? I knew how she felt. I could see it in her eyes. She's too polite to say it, but I did. I did this. Maybe you are the monster here. Huh? Maybe, just maybe, you're right. But tell me this. Is a person defined by their past? By their mistakes? Well, Because if they are, then you deserve to feel terrible. But don't come crawling back to me when you feel sorry for yourself. Yuri starts to stride off. Wait! Yuri! She turns back toward me, her face shrouded in her hair. Yes. Her voice cut through the air like a knife. What should I do? You should have faith. You should trust in your best friend, instead of assuming you know what's best for them. And, most of all, you should trust in yourself. It isn't as bad as you make it out to be. If you trust yourself to make the right decisions, you'll start to make them, instead of second-guessing yourself all the time. It isn't poor decisions that are hurting you. It's your lack of ability to actually make a decision. So, you mean any decision is a good decision? That's one way to put it. More like, making a decision will always benefit you more than not making one, because if you don't decide, the universe will decide for you. And you won't like its choice. And with that, she leaves. I think I get it. I've been hurting Sierra, yes, but my inability to come to terms with my actions up to this point, and my refusal to make any informed decision, has been what has been causing her the most pain. The conclusion I had come to this morning was wrong. Not that it was the wrong decision, but that I didn't consult Sayori. If I make one choice today, it must be this. Sierra will be the one to decide. I won't make any assumptions. I won't speak for her. I'll listen to what she has to say, and that will be it. No fancy words, no overcomplicating it. Just Sayori.